Hello everyone, welcome to Learn Tech Future channel and Sir this side. Today we will learn about how to connect Exchange Online PowerShell version 2 unattended. So when I say unattended, it's mostly when you have task schedulers, when you have scripts where you want to, where you cannot pass your credentials manually. So in that case, this new thing will be really helpful for you. So stay tuned and let's jump to the demo for this. Okay, let me share my screen. So in this, there will be multiple steps involved. So first thing, you would need to create an app in your tenant under Azure, and then we will create a self-signed certificate on our machine. That self-signed certificate has to be uploaded to this new app registration. And then we can use that new command, which is connect-exchange online to connect using this new method. And then I'll show you how to use this in your task scheduler as well. So let's jump to and create a new registration. So you can name this anything. I'll name it Exchange Cert based auth. And let's put unattended. Again, this I just want to put that in single tenant, so leave that as it is. There is no need to put any redirect URI, and then let's register. Okay, so you get multiple details. A few of the details would be needed later, but let's give the permission first, and then we will grab these other details. So go to API permissions. First one is fine. You can click on add a permission, go to API permissions. My organization uses, search for Office, and click on the second option of Office 365 Exchange Online. Again, you don't want to have a delegated permission. You will have a application permission. And then click on this Exchange Manage as a app. And we'll click on add permission. And after that, we need to click on grant admin consent. Without that, this is certainly not going to work. So let's do that. OK, so we are done with this first part. Now, if you remember, our next part is, let me show my other screen actually. So what is like, these are few steps we have to do. So what we did right now, we just did a app registration. So let's mark this as done. So this part is done. And let's create this self-signed certificate. So I'll share my whole screen right now. And let's open PowerShell and share. So let's use command. We will grab thumbprint actually, so that we can export it. So I'll put few other commands. Like I'm putting this into a variable, and then now exporting it to my desktop folder. So this is Exchange auth.cer file. So now what I'll do, I'll upload this file. So I have this file here. I'll upload this file to the app, because what we are going to do, we are going to enable cert-based authentication so that we don't need to pass credentials. So upload a file. You can upload that file. Just search for the folder. This is again a public key, not a private key. You can name it anything like Exchange Cert. Click add. Nice. You have the certificate again because it's a self-signed certificate. It's valid for 1 year. Again, to keep it running, you need to upload a new certificate before this expiring date. Otherwise, your thing's gonna stop working. So let's see what other steps are still remaining. So we have created this self-signed certificate. Again, I'll put this to the code so that you can leverage this and copy paste this in your environment as well. But again, few of the details you need to change, like this thumbprint, you need to change. Okay, so what we have done 3 steps now. So we have created self-signed certificate, we have created app registration, we have uploaded the certificate. Great. So let's build our command now. So my tenant FQDN is this learntechfuture.onmicrosoft.com. That's why I put that in the organization. Thumbprint, if you know, when we created that in PowerShell, we saw that thumbprint, and the certificate we just uploaded that also has a thumbprint, which is same. So if I show you here, yep, if I find it, it is the same certificate. Okay, let's put that against certificate thumbprint. App ID. I think if you remember, we had to grab few details. Like let's go and find out the app ID. So under application, so the application you just created, you can go to the overview section and here is the app ID. So this is your client ID actually. So let's copy this and we'll replace it. Again, I have Exchange module already installed on this server, this machine, so I don't need to install it. But if you have to install it on your machine, you should run this install module Exchange Online and then management. Again, because it is already installed, it is not going to install it again. So yeah, you don't get any prompt. So let's try to run this connect. Uh, Let's see if it is recognizing this command. So it recognizes that. So let's run our whole command now. And let's run. OK, so now what we see, we are seeing a problem. We are seeing a problem that a role assigned to this application isn't supported. So simply because we have not granted any admin roles yet, we just created an application. So we missed one step. So assign admin role. So in general, again, it depends on your company, which role you want to assign, but let's grant the Exchange admin role. So, so so let's go to the role section actually. Go to this and roles and administrator. I would like to give Exchange administrator role. Okay, and what I'll do, I'll use my app ID to search and then I'll grant that role. Yeah, you see that? So instead of users and group, you can add a service principal here as well. So I'll click select, click next. Again, I think it will be permanently assigned. So cert based auth. Again, Microsoft could take its own time to replicate, but let's see if this works in the real time. And yeah, it has worked. So if I simply run a command get exo mailbox, I should be able to get the, yep, I see the objects from my organization. So now we are able to connect to Exchange without giving a password, which is a nice. I'll show you a script, a basic script which we can use, and let's use that. So I have this script on my machine. I'll save it here actually right now as a PS1. Okay, and we should change the details here as well. Again, you don't need any banners, etc. in when you run the script, so that's why we are putting this last parameter as well to not show the banner. Everything looks all right. Let's change this and rename it to script one, let's say, and PS1. So what this script is going to do, it will export details of mailboxes and export it to my desktop. So task scheduler, let's create one. So create task, mailbox. I think these things are fine. I think one time is okay as well. Let's run this. I'll put this Powershell.exe, provide the complete path, script 1.ps1, 1. Okay, I think this should be enough. And let's run this. So I don't have any file here, CSV file. Let's run this and see if we see any file. Oh, okay. You can ignore the first line. That's a completely different issue I have on this machine. But again, if I see this, that's a different type of error. But in general, we are able to export the files. So here you go. I think, yeah, so we have completed today's session, which is related uh, to running unattended Exchange Online PowerShell. And I know you will be using this a lot in the coming days, years, because Microsoft is going to deprecate Basic Auth on October 1st and after that. So that's why you should switch to this for your scripts which are running. So I think thank you for joining today's session, and I'll come back with more informative session in future. Thank you so much. Bye.